If you're spending 5 or 6 figures a month on ads and your conversions still aren't where they should be, you don't have a traffic problem. You have a conversion problem, because getting the click, that's easy now. Meta and Google's algorithms practically do it for you. But what happens after the click? That's what's quietly killing your ROI. One of our clients was losing $30,000 a month and didn't even know it. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly how to turn clicks into customers using a step-by-step CRO process I refined over the last decade. By the end, you'll know how to diagnose funnel leaks, prioritize fixes, and start compounding your conversion rate every single month. The truth is, what happens after the click determines whether your entire marketing system grows or stalls. Hey, I'm Idris Khan, founder of Clickalu, where we help DTC and B2C brands turn ad spend into predictable revenue through CRO. If you're new to conversion rate optimization, or you've dabbed but never seen consistent results, this is the video I wish someone had made when I started. Most people think CRO is about tweaking pages or chasing higher conversion rates, but the real power of CRO is how it transforms your entire marketing system. When your ads, landing pages, and messaging all work together, you stop guessing and start compounding results. Because CRO isn't about button colors or gimmicks. It's about understanding how people think and turning that psychology into predictable growth. Later, I'll show you one small change that lifted conversions by 28% with zero extra traffic. Let's dive in. Most people think CRO's goal is to increase conversions, but that's too vague. The real goal? Increase the revenue per visitor. If you move from 2% to 3% conversion rate, that's a 50% revenue lift. No extra traffic needed. That's why CRO is the greatest multiplier in your marketing stack. Your media team brings the traffic, CRO makes that traffic work harder. Every improvement compounds. So don't treat CRO like a side project. It's a revenue engine. And once you start treating CRO as part of your overall system, not just a one-off project, you'll see your entire business start performing differently. Now let's go deep into the 3 phases that make this work. Phase 1, diagnose the leaks. Phase 2, design the fixes. And phase 3, deploy and measure. These 3 steps don't just apply to pages, they apply to your entire journey, from ad to checkout. Let's unpack each one. Before you touch a headline, button, or layout, you need to understand where and why people drop off. You're a detective, not a designer yet. Look through 3 lenses of data. Quantitative data, which is analytics, funnels, drop-offs, checkout abandonment, page speed, and bounce rates. This tells you where people are leaving. Behavioral data, which includes heat maps, click maps, and session replays. This shows what they're doing. Qualitative data, such as surveys, chat logs, reviews, and support tickets. This tells you why they're doing it. You're not just collecting data points, you're looking for patterns. If 70% of users abandon checkout at the payment step, that's a clue. If session replays show rage clicks on a next button that doesn't load, that's gold. The goal in phase 1 is to identify the highest impact leaks in your funnel. Don't test random ideas. Find the areas that move revenue the fastest. Usually it's your landing page, checkout, or offer page. But sometimes the leak isn't on your site at all. It's a traffic mismatch between your ad promise and the page. Diagnose your system holistically, not just one screen at a time. Now that you know where the problem is, you can design hypothesis-driven fixes. Here's where the ICE framework comes in. Impact, confidence, effort. Step 1 is to write down every idea that could fix the problem. 2, score each on a 1 to 10 scale. Impact, how much could this move the needle? Confidence, how sure are we it'll work? And effort, how hard is it to execute? Then sort by the highest ICE score. That's your priority list. This is how you avoid wasting time on pretty changes that don't drive revenue. An example is people bounce right after the first fold. You hypothesize they don't understand what we offer, so you test a stronger headline plus a benefit statement above the fold. If it wins, you've proven a messaging issue, not a design one. Design isn't just visuals, it's clarity, flow, and trust. Ask yourself, is the value prop clear in 3 seconds? Does the page flow match how people make decisions? Are there friction points, confusing forms, missing trust cues, or a bad mobile layout? This is where psychology meets UX. When you design from data and psychology, you're not just fixing pages, you're building a more efficient growth system. Now we test, but this isn't just about running experiments. It's about building a decision-making system. Here's how we do it. Start with a clear hypothesis. What do we believe will happen and why? An example of this is reducing form fields from 6 to 4 will increase completions by 15%. Set a success metric, not just conversions, but revenue per visitor, average order value, etc. Split test properly. Use convert.com, VWO, or Optimizely. Randomly split traffic between control and variation. And don't touch it mid-test. Wait for statistical significance. Be patient, don't chase noise. Document your learnings, win or lose, record what you learned. When you do this right, testing becomes an engine, not an event. Patterns start to appear. Certain audiences love shorter forms. Certain products convert better with testimonials higher up. Certain trust badges outperform others. Now you're not just running tests, you're running a learning system that gets smarter every month. Before you go all in, let's talk about the mistakes that kill results fast. 1. Testing too soon. Do the research first. 2. Changing too many elements at once. That's chaos and not testing. 3. Starting small when your offer is unclear. Fix your messaging first. 4. Ignoring mobile. If your form breaks on mobile, your ad budget is basically firewood. 5. Treating CRO as a one-off project. Make it a habit. 6. Treating CRO as separate from acquisition. Your ads, pages, and analytics should work as one ecosystem. Let me give you a real-world example, anonymized but true. A D2C brand spending 6 figures a month came to us with a 1.8 conversion rate. Everything looked fine. Ads were performing, pages optimized, but behavior data said otherwise. Most users dropped right before the form. Turns out the form looked too long, even though it wasn't. So we simplified the layout, grouped related fields, and added a small trust badge below the CTA. The result? 28% more completions. No extra traffic, no fancy tools, just a better experience. That's what diagnose before you design really means. That's what systems level CRO looks like. Small changes that quietly compound across every visitor, every ad dollar, and every week. Every test, win or lose, adds knowledge to your system. You're training your business to think in experiments. One test lifts conversion by 15%. Another boosts AOV by 8%. Together, that's a 25% compounding lift. Do that every quarter, and you're not just optimizing a site, you're upgrading how your entire marketing system grows. The brands that will win in 2026 all have one thing in common. They've built CRO into their culture. That's when it stops becoming a tactic and becomes your competitive advantage. So here's a quick recap. If you want to turn clicks into customers, diagnose before you test, prioritize by impact, confidence, and effort, and test with discipline and document your learnings. Every click you pay for is an opportunity. Don't let those dollars leak through a broken system. Next week, I'll break down Shopify CRO, how we scale the store without touching ad spend. If this video helped clarify how CRO really works, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're a D2C or B2C brand spending serious money on ads but not seeing the ROI you should, click below to book a free CRO strategy call. We only take a few brands per quarter, and Q4 is almost full because traffic gets you visitors, but great systems powered by CRO turns them into customers.